round and opened it up for students. First come, first serve. And they raced in here a couple hours before match time. It is packed here in the Sports Pavilion. It is snowside, the Sports Pavilion. And we have two of the premier head coaches in women's college volleyball last night, because that was a career match for her.
Yeah, absolutely. It was incredible. 19 kills, 24 digs for Bushler, trying to get her first 2020 game, but that 20th kill just eluded her. But tonight, it looks like she has picked up exactly where she left off. She's already got a stuff block, and now chalk up kill number one. The big question, can Riley Bushler put the ball away against this Minnesota defense?
Bushler, the daughter of Judd Bushler, an All-American Arizona, played in the NBA for 12 years, won national NBA titles with the Chicago Bulls, and now is an assistant with the Lakers. There she is again. And UCLA has started absolutely perfectly.
And did everything that's happened.
Minnesota just has not lost on this court in a couple of seasons.
UCLA.
It is such a...
of getting the players to believe that they can really take it to Minnesota, but you are absolutely right, Sam. Minnesota is an intimidating force, and they will get going sooner or later.
That is Molly Lohman, one of the middles for Minnesota. Last night had 11 kills. Here's her first tonight. Rohite had never won a postseason award. She's a senior and won the Big Ten Player of the Year this year. But again, she had been on the same team with Dolly Santana for a few years as well. Point UCLA as Tapp misfiring on that attempt.
Yeah, Paige Tapp trying to do a bit of a severe line shot right there. When you go for the line, there's just a lot of room for error.
Minnesota only hitting .042 in this opening set. And the overpass. Paige Tapp hammers it.
She got up big right there. She knew now. But right now, the momentum has swung to Minnesota.
The 26th ace of the season for Rosado. We're tied at 20. The joust. And it is the center.
For the kill.
Minnesota up one. We go to 25, win by 2 here in the opening set.
Rosado everywhere.
That drifts out, but you can feel the intensity on this court as both these teams pursuing every ball as if their lives depended on it. We are tied at 22 in the opening set.
There's Wilhite on the outside. You want to go to that moneymaker right there. And the Big Ten Player of the Year, Sarah Wilhite, taking care of it. What a great set by Seliger Swenson.
Yeah, received it from the setter of the year in the Big Ten. Only her second kill. Rosado keeps it alive. Nice, smart play by Hart. It is set point Minnesota. Can you believe this? They were down 6-0 to start the set.
Great call right there.
You like that, Dane? A double contact called on Seliger Swenson.
Yeah, Seliger Swenson is such a great setter. You see no reaction out of her, no argument, because she knows she lost that one, a double contact, but now Minnesota just has to side out.
Minnesota comes from behind.
In front of the defense.
Yeah, you think Seliger Swenson likes setting on this team?
Wow, Riley Bushler using the entire court.
Bushler running back smiling. I don't know if she meant to cut it that close or not, but she certainly gets credit for it. And we're tied at 6, but you see a lot more smiles than frowns on that UCLA side of the court. Is just wide, point UCLA.
Yeah, it's a little too sharp to go for, but I've seen Will Height hit that before.
She has.
She just didn't have a lot of angle to work with because that set was about 8 feet in from the antenna.
And Will Height going down the line. We're tied at 7.
Yeah, Sam, you mentioned the body language, the smiles on UCLA. That's a tribute to their coach, Mike Sealy, who is a very even-keeled player as well as coach. And that's what, he teaches out there, to leave the last play behind, have fun out there, and do what you practice.
Nice block, Minnesota. As that was number 4 in white, Paige Tapp. Averages over a block per set. Minnesota dominating the blocks. Had 6 lead changes in this set already. Rosado.
Right now, the momentum has really swung to Minnesota. Look at Rosada in the backcourt. Right-handed stab, gets that ball up in the air, and then they're able to transition. Selger Swenson.
She had 15 digs last night. Hitting 321 here in the second. Off the slide, and a little missed time there by Hannah Tapp. You don't see that happen very often, but UCLA benefits from it.
It all started with a really effective serve by Jordan Anderson, dropping in that 4 spot, that 4 service position. And another tough serve gets Minnesota out of sync.
That's Kyra Rogers. She's coming to the lineup for the first time, number 2 in gray. And again, Hart and Will Height have been the go-to for the Golden Gophers.
Hart has all sorts of sharp shots in her arsenal, that time going soft. Big hit.
Anderson.
Right there, Anderson putting the ball away, and now it's pressure time. UCLA has to somehow manufacture or shoot a few points while serving. Have to take a few risks, but right now the Minnesota Golden Gophers are really on top of their game. Doesn't look like anyone's going to stop them this set.
Minnesota looking for set point after this rally. Gets served by Chandler and Formico. A double contact called against Minnesota. It'll be a point to UCLA, and the Bruins are within 3 here. They didn't like the call.
No, there is a lot of double contacts being called, and the one thing I think it's been somewhat consistent, and that's all that you can really ask for.
It's a 4-point Golden Gopher lead, 23-19. Now it's a 3-point lead. Trying to close the gap to avoid going down 2 sets into intermission. Will Height reaching over and giving Minnesota a set point.
That was crucial there. UCLA, though, they had their chances to possibly score that point. Now they have to settle down and side out this one. The defensive set right now for Minnesota, they are game planning for the tip. You see Hart come over, dig the ball, and then Seliger Swenson goes to her favorite target, Wilhite, coming out of the back row.
Big Ten Setter of the Year to the Big Ten Player of the Year.
Did you see that turn right there by Seliger Swenson? Now, if you're an up-and-coming player, you want to take note there. Seliger Swenson did a complete 180, turned and faced exactly where she wanted to be. Look at that turn, face. You can't really teach it any better than that. Perfect execution, Seliger Swenson.
Minnesota has won the last 4 points to lead 6-4. Double contact called against UCLA, point Minnesota. 5 straight points now for the Golden Gophers. I want to see her run around the building again.
She's about to.
She will if they win.
And you know you're going to bring it. Don't do it at 80%. Go all the way. If there's a block there, that's when you want to vary those speeds. And there's yet another block at the net by Minnesota.
Hannah Tapp, to be specific. It prompts Mike Seeley to jump up and call a timeout.
Now, Riley Bushler and Frager, you know, they all played on the same club team. They've been playing together, Sam, since they were 13 years old. So there's a lot of chemistry out there, and at times you really see it clicking.
Well, the same can be said of Minnesota, Dana. 10 of their players on the Golden Gopher roster from the state of Minnesota, and of those 10, 8 of them played in the same club program.
Yeah, I think it translates, and I think it's a big decision when one player goes to a school, you kind of follow suit. And you see these interesting combinations of players that have played since they were 13, 12 years of age.
Out of the middle, Frager. Some anger in that swing.
Yeah, very aggressive. That was awesome.
And another one. We did not see much of Rogers last night, but she has made an impression in this match tonight, joining Bushler up there on the front line.
Yeah, number 2, Kyra Rogers, has really changed the dynamic at the net for UCLA.
Paige Tapp sides out for the Golden Gophers. We're tied at 18. UCLA has had 4 blocks in this set, Dane. I want to give the Bruins a little credit for their block. We're talking about how the Golden Gophers were dominating that stat.
Well, I'll tell you what, and that's what I was just saying. Kyra Rogers came in and changed the dynamic. She had a couple right off the bat, and it's been a great substitution. It's been a great substitution for Mike Seeley putting in Kyra Rogers, and it's been a difference maker.
That was touched by the Bruins, point Minnesota. Still alive.
Oh.
Still going. UCLA thought they had won the point. And finally they do.
Athleticism with a tip shot of her own. the backcourt, Formico, I don't know how she kept that ball alive, but leave it up to Wilhite to terminate the rally.
The block by UCLA, side out Bruins as they stay alive. They're within one. Boy, listen to this rally. It's an honor to be a part of this atmosphere, Dane. Wow.
Samantha Swenson is so smart. She knows exactly when to take charge and to dump that ball. Never does it too often. Has so many weapons, but her placement, position, her hand strength, all on point, and it's showing tonight.
And Minnesota. UCLA stays alive. Anderson extends the match. It remains match point for Minnesota, however.
Anderson has been doing that all year long. Facing one way, cracking the ball the other direction.
The Minnesota Golden Gophers have booked their spot in the national semifinals. The second straight year the Golden Gophers will head to the national semifinals. They will face Stanford on Thursday with a chance to pick up